Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how's your mama? How's your family? I'm doing great. If you're watching this, it's Saturday. Okay, and I want to keep the upload streak going. And right now I'm on the road or I am in Tampa, Florida. Okay? And I'm vlogging my UFC Tampa first ever fight card experience. Okay? And I'm not going to be able to edit it fast enough and post it on Saturday, so I'll post it on Sunday. You see what I'm saying? And we want to keep that streak going. And I say, let's keep it on topic with our main event, Joaquin Buckley versus Colby Covington. The casual parlay came out yesterday, and my favorite underdogs. Go check that out. I'm excited, guys. I really am. We got the GOAT, Kevin Iole, interviewing Joaquin Buckley. Joaquin Buckley confident of win over Colby Covington. Will then wait for title shot. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's react like only I can do. UFC Tampa, last fight card of the year. Let's make it a good one. Whoa. Animations.
Well, we have one more show left in the year, and one of the best
Kevin
fighters
way over
of the
there.
year will be in the main event on that show. My man Joaquin Buckley will be taking on Colby Covington in a really important welterweight fight in Tampa, Florida. Joaquin, welcome. Appreciate you joining me. Hell of a year for you right now.
Yeah, it's been one ride, but we almost
No
to our
way I'm not
destination.
subscribed to the
And
GOAT.
I feel like, coming down to Tampa, where it's beautiful weather, what I'm saying, beautiful people, and awesome vibe. I feel like everything is working in my favor, so I'm happy.
I would think in a normal year you might have some support for Fighter of the Year if you win this fight.
This
I
layout
think
is a
with
bit of an
Alex
eyesore.
Pereira and
Yeah, he already
really
got
is.
it.
You're
He
doing
already
what they're
got it.
doing, but you're 3-0 this year with a chance to go 4-0 and beating somebody like Colby Covington in the main event. You must be really satisfied with what you've accomplished in 2024, I would imagine.
I'm definitely satisfied with it, but yet again, this story ends on a good note with a win. So got to go out there and put it all out there, and I feel like I can't leave anything to waste. Every energy, every amount of sweat, what I mean, is gonna be put out in that cage, and I'm just gonna leave it all out there. And I know
I'm
once I
sorry. I'm trying to think how in editing I can make this shit look better. This is like an eyesore, Kevin.
do that, I'm gonna get the results that I'm
What
looking
is
for.
this?
Well, you left it all out there against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson at UFC 307, and we saw Stephen Thompson go down like we've never seen him go before.
Mm.
Colby Covington, a little different thing. And so I want to ask you this, fighting in October, you're basically a little over 2 months away. If there's one thing that we know Colby Covington has in spades, it is the fact that he is unbelievably cardio condition wise.
Right.
And I don't think you'll have that advantage in this fight because we see Colby Covington, we see Joaquin Buckley get better as rounds go on, but he got better as that Stephen Wonderboy Thompson went on. And it was high pace, and it was grueling because he was forcing wrestling and he couldn't really get it. So he was using a lot of energy, and he was not tired in that third round. And he looked like he could
Coming
have
off
lit on for
a
2 more
fight
rounds.
that soon,
Now, fighting and Wonderboy's on the back foot. It's not the same as fighting a Colby Covington who might try to come forward. You don't even know that. But when Colby Covington comes forward, he's probably going to run into a big wall, and that brick wall is probably named Joaquin Buckley.
8 weeks. I don't know how long your training camp was. Do you feel like you might be pushing it a little bit, taking a fight this quickly?
No. You got to stay active. In order to keep this type of conditioning, you got to stay active. You got to keep pushing yourself. You got to keep pushing those heart
Plus,
rates.
he's coming out pretty much
And for me,
unscathed
I've trained even harder.
in these
Or I
fights.
prepared for these 5 rounds. The way I got ready for my 3-round fights, I prepared as if I was fighting for a main event. And I feel like that's why, you're able to see me push the way I do in those 15-minute bouts. But with this one, we had to work like,
Go 7
we was
rounds.
fighting 2 championship fights at one time. So we did 10 rounds. And I don't think
Wow.
there's a lot of guys out there doing that and doing that back to back like I was.
And so, given that, Joaquin, do you feel like you will be able to meet him on even terms cardio wise? Because you look at his fights, and almost no matter who he fights, he's the stronger fighter at the finish generally.
Right. And I do believe that with that challenge and with his cardio and with his pace, I think we can keep up with it. And I'm also intrigued to see how my wrestling defense or my offensive wrestling does
Right.
against Kobe Covington too, because we looking to be a mixed martial artist in this fight. And
Yeah.
not only am I looking to get a devastating knockout, but I'm looking to show all my tools in this one.
Do you feel like,
Yeah,
like back in
you
the
looking to
day,
be a
Chuck
mixed
Liddell,
martial
everybody knew Chuck
artist.
Liddell had wrestling, but he didn't use it too often. Every now and then he would show, he'd take somebody
Yeah,
down. He took
yeah.
Vanderlei Silva down, I think just to say, hey, you know what? I can do this. And
Hmm.
and that makes a difference. Do you think against somebody like Covington that'll be effective given, the style he fights?
If
Uh,
he takes down Colby Covington, it'll be like, whoa. Kobe's gonna be like, oh damn, oh damn, okay.
I think it would be very effective.
I think once Kobe feels the strength of Joaquin, I think he'll crumble. I think Kobe Covington is a guy who crumbles under adversity. I do. And I think Buckley's going to show him adversity early in the fight, and I think Kobe's going to take a moral victory in making it to a decision, like he did against Leon Edwards.
he usually is loves to be the hammer, but he's definitely in this fight is going to become the nail because we plan on getting a good beating on him come December 14th.
What do you make of where he is? I mean, obviously, he was held the interim title at one point. He was 15-1 in his career. He's lost 3 of his last 5. Some people might criticize him for that, but you look at who he fought: 2 to Kamaru Usman, 1 to Leon
Right,
Edwards.
right.
Welterweight
Hmm.
champions. He also fought Tyron Woodley, a former welterweight champion. The only
That Tyron Woodley
non-champion
was
that he
not.
hasn't fought in that group was Masvidal, who was the
Hmm.
BMF champion. So he has been
Masvidal was
facing
not.
good competition. What do you make of him where he's at going 2-3 in the last 5?
Yet again, is you got to look at who he fought, right? So those ain't bad losses, right? Those ain't bad losses at all. And I feel like for me, that's why I feel like if I put on a
But those aren't great wins. You can say it.
dominating performance and get a devastating knockout, it's going to speak volumes about who I am as a fighter. Because the same guys that he fought couldn't do what I did, and that's what we're looking to do. Really showcase our ability out there.
Confidence wise, I know, from talking to you over the years, you're at an entirely different level.
Yeah.
How much do you think that belief in yourself, like if you had this belief in yourself 2 years ago, how different would things be?
That's the thing. I always had this belief in myself.
Yeah.
But I was always so foolish because even at 185, I couldn't even see that it was the right weight class for me because I felt like I could beat everybody. So sometimes it's good to have a little bit of delusion, and but you got to have the work ethic too. You got to be able to
Yeah.
put yourself in situations where you trying to become better, and you trying to challenge yourself. And that's what I feel like a lot of fighters do not do. But at the same time, if they don't do it, it puts me in a position where I can show up and show out. So I feel like the confidence comes from all the preparation and hard work that we put in.
I know you kept your eye on. I saw you were doing a lot of Instagram lives throwing the fight card on Saturday, UFC
Yes.
310. Should have been a main event welterweight title fight. Was not. Bilal Muhammad got hurt. But I want to get what your take was on Shavkat
Right.
Rakhmonov and Ian Machado Gary. I thought a fan.
I just watched the media yesterday, and he was not impressed. And it's weird. I see people calling Shavkat a fraud and saying Shavkat sucks, essentially. But they're giving Ian Gary all the praise. And yeah, I think you should give Ian Gary the praise, and I think you should, but you don't elevate people of a loss, so you still treat him as if he lost. But I think you should still take Shavkat with a grain of salt. But I don't think you should just say he's a fraud and he sucks. Because at the end of the day, those are 2 of the best welterweights in the world, and they went to a very, very close decision. A clear decision that Shavkat rightfully won because he won 1, 2, and 4. But, right. But I can also see it through Buckley's lenses towards like, Shavkat, you're the finisher. Ian Gary, you're the sniper. Ian Gary, find his chin. Shavkat, go finish him. And it does seem like they didn't really give it. I think Ian Gary actually gave it his all. Not on the feet, because he was definitely hesitant on the feet, but he was scrambling. He was looking for his moments. Shavkat, I expected him to be clinch heavy, try to work that clinch. Because that is his best position, and it's a position that he's literally using every single one of his fights. That is who he is. It's just he gets a finish, and it overshadows. He gets the highlight finish, and he gets the aura moments. And that's what overlooks it. But Shavkat is a clinch fighter.
fantastic fight.
Yeah.
It was a close fight, could have gone either way. I thought Rachmanov won the fight, but those are both guys that
He
you
definitely
may
won the
face
fight.
in the near future if you get
Hmm.
past Colby Covington.
You should
What
never
was
won
your
the
take
fight.
on that fight?
Ian Gary should have choked him out.
My take on that fight, at the end of the day, everybody was excited just to see what these two undefeated guys had, especially for one another. Somebody old had to go. But I feel like, they didn't fight like something was on the line. And that's the only difference. So the fight didn't actually live up to what everybody thought it was gonna be. With Ian Gary, I thought he would be moving his feet a little bit more, because obviously we was training, what I'm saying, and preparing for that fight originally. But he's still right there
Right.
in the pocket with Shaka. And what I found funny about that, Shaka, instead of taking that ability where he's standing right there in the pocket, he pushed him back and tried to grapple the whole time and push him up against the cage. So they both were kind of wasting time. And with that being said, it's just like, I feel like a win, and not only just a win, but going out there and putting on probably one of the best fights that the UFC has seen in the company. I feel like it's gonna put me in a position where I could probably leapfrog and
It's possible.
get to that belt sooner than later.
Well, Colby Covington's ranked number 6, so I would assume the way that the voters tend to do the ranking, if you beat him, you're going to go. You're number 9. You probably go up to number 6. That would put you past Ian Machado, Gary, right?
Right,
So
right.
you would go into 2025, right on the verge of that top 5. And do you agree with me? I kind of think that top 5 is where everything changes. Like when you get there, any of those fighters are good enough to be champions.
Yes.
Exactly, because everybody working, and I feel like the only thing that is different and the only thing that sets another fighter apart is the mentality. And that's why you see Bilal as champion, because before anybody else said he would become champion, he told himself that he'll be. So
Yep.
I just feel like I had that same mentality as Bilal, but as well I got the talent and I got the gifts to match, and that's the difference.
The thing is, you were such a nice guy, but you fight with a chip on your shoulder, right? Like it always seems like you're pissed off about something when you're in there, right? And I mean, I was wondering how is he going to do it against Steven Wonderboy Thompson, maybe the nicest guy in MMA. I don't know, anybody that doesn't
Right.
think Steven Thompson's a great guy, and you go out there and you
Colby
knock the
Covington's
crap out of
bitch
him.
ass.
So how do you get yourself
Yeah.
motivated and into that mind frame from just easygoing Joaquin into
I,
this killer in
I,
the octagon?
I got a good switch. And to be honest with you, it's just the way I train. It's just how I work. Even when we spar, we working hard. So that's why. I don't spar as much because I know there's a lot that can come with that. A lot of injuries or somebody get hurt. So, but the days
Which
that
is
we
why
do
he's able
spar,
to come back
just best believe that
as
we
often
putting
and
in
be
some good work.
active.
But I feel like I didn't prepare myself for any fight that anytime I go out there, I'm looking for a finish. So no matter who it is, you don't have to have. I don't have to have a chip on my shoulder. It's just my style.
I mentioned earlier you were 3-0 with a chance to go 4-0. I wonder if you consider yourself 4-0 with a chance to go 5-0 because you settled your feud with DC. And Daniel Cormier and you kind of were not on the best
Yeah.
of terms. You settled
I
the
thought it
feud
was
with
5 and
DC.
0 in the welterweight division. Am I wrong? 'Cause I said that in a video, and I'm a casual, guys. Definitely thought he was 5 and 0 in the welterweight division though. Yeah, yeah, he is 5 and 0 in the welterweight division. So I don't know what he meant. These are good wins too, guys. This Vicente Luque's like, but yeah, I don't know what he means 3-0
You look
from.
at
I don't
that
know what
as
the
a
fuck that
win.
means.
I mean, it is what it is. I guess it's a win. I consider it a win once he see me in the gym and we can get some wrestling work in. That'd be dope. Yeah. I want to work with
That's
the double champ.
that is no doubt.
uh,
What do you think the plan for 2025 will look like for you? Is it going to be a similar year to this in terms of activity level?
I don't think so because yet again, if that was the case, then ain't be nobody else to fight, right? So I believe we can kind of slow things down.
Especially when you
I
get to
think
that
I gave a
high
lot of
level.
good fights to the fans and to the company, and I feel like for right now, if the next fight is not for a belt, we sit back and we just wait. We just wait on the opportunity. Yeah.
So you're going to wait on an opportunity. If you win this fight, you're going to wait for a championship shot. I'm going to guess probably that they're going to go Shafqat versus Bilal, right? They had him in the
Most
cage.
definitely. Most of, but yet again, there's things that happen. The Bilal and the Shaka fight didn't happen, right? There's things that always occur in this fight game, so it's good to be patient. So this time we're gonna be patient. This year we was very eager, we was in a rush. This time, next year we're gonna slow down, but we're gonna have some fun. I think I'm gonna be doing things that's a lot more different than other fighters, and really working on this content. Really working on my interviews and putting myself in a position where I become not just a great fighter, but a great performer.
Yeah, I
This
give you
guy's
credit
smart.
for
This
that.
guy's
You
tuned
were on
in.
your. I saw you all night long on Instagram Live
I
during
appreciate it.
UFC 310.
And we're gonna get better at it,
You were
and we're
working
gonna do
that
more of
aspect of it.
those. Yeah, and we're gonna do more of those. Yes, sir.
Let's wrap on this. Your goal would be to fight Shavkat and Bilal winner then. So I just want to get your take on the other guys in the top five and give me just a quick answer on, let's start with Leon Edwards. He's still ranked number one after Saturday night. Former champ Leon Edwards. How do you think you match with him?
I think I matched with him very well. He's a great technical fighter, but I'm a great creative.
This sounds crazy. I'm super high on Buck, and this sounds crazy, but he could beat a Leon Edwards the same way a Bilal beat Leon Edwards, and that's going forward, being physical. I'm
Fighter
serious.
that loves to put pressure on
Now
you.
he ain't gonna be able to take down Leon as easily as Bilal did, because Bilal is a much better wrestler, but he can make it interesting, right? He can beat a Leon Edwards.
Guys,
Seriously.
and we already seen with Bilal and with Usman, he doesn't like pressure, so I feel like I can break Leon Edwards if we ever fought.
Jack Della Maddalena is ranked number four. He's a
Jack Dilla Maddalena is a tough fight. Now that's fucking tricky.
guy
Yeah,
that's
that's fucking tricky.
moving up, similar to you,
Yeah,
right? A young guy
right,
that's
right.
moving up in the top
Exactly.
10. Jack Della's kind of a guy that can strike.
Yeah.
How do you see him?
That's a good fight right there. I like that fight. But yet again, there's a lot of holes that we seen in JDM game, and I feel like at the end of the day, once we fight, I'm able to expose that and kind of show the world yet again what level I'm on.
And then finally, Sean Brady. I would think that's probably of all those the worst matchup for you in terms of style, right? But if you beat Colby Covington, maybe
No,
we change
I
that. How do
can't.
you
I
like
can't say
Sean
that.
Brady
I can't say that. I feel like it'd be the easiest. It'd be the
with all
easiest.
those subs he has?
Yeah. Have I ever been subbed?
He's got some good subs, right?
I know, but have I ever been subbed?
No, no, no. I didn't say you were, but I'm just
So yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be kind of hard to sell somebody that's never been finished on the ground before, and then plus I done worked with a lot of great submission artists, and I fought great black belts, and I never been submitted. So I feel like I'd be a bad fight for Sean Brady if we ever fought
the
for
man
him.
knows the man knows his stuff. You can
Mhm.
see him on Saturday from Tampa, UFC Tampa. He will be fighting Colby Covington in the main
Buck's a
event.
fucking dog. I fucking
Joaquin,
love
always
this
good
guy,
to talk
dog.
to you, my friend.
All right.
Best of luck.
A fighter's fighter. Ain't scared of shit. We'll show up. We'll fight anytime, any place. He just wants to put in the work and reap the rewards, bro. I respect the dude a lot. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this. Hey, it's Saturday, bro. It's time to get right. Sunday the vlog will drop. It's time to get right, bro. You gotta go home. You gotta get up out of here, man. Yeah.